Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of December 1st, 2025 bring in chilling storylines for the last month of the year. While December may be the month of holiday cheer for many people in Salem, it will begin on a miserable note. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of December 1st, 2025 offer heartbreak and danger for many vulnerable characters, the worst of which is how Brady handles leaving Rachel in Bayview and what happens afterward. There are also plenty of other revelations that are not so great, including a stalker after Stephanie again. And bad news on the Chad front. The Chad versus Jennifer stuff was obnoxious to begin with, and this last week was worse because Jennifer was acting so two-faced. Throughout the Thanksgiving holiday, Jennifer kept reassuring Charlotte that Daddy was coming while telling Thomas to put aside his anger so they could celebrate as a family when the whole reason Chad wasn't home is that Jennifer is suing him for custody of the kids. Jack joined in that nonsense too, telling Julie that they needed to do this, but that he considered Chad family and that he hoped to help the kids through their pain that he and Jennifer were causing once they took them to Boston. And now, thanks to a completely unnecessary kidnapping subplot, the Devereaux are likely to win custody in court. Yes, Jack and Jennifer will head to court on Days of Our Lives during the week of December 1st, 2025, and the spoiler video includes the judge asking when the last time anyone heard from Chad was. Even though people constantly disappear and kidnappers send texts that don't really sound like them, no one realizes why Chad is missing, so he'll likely be deemed a deadbeat dad who abandoned his kids. Thanks a lot, whoever it is who is locking all the Maras in the crypt for no apparent reason. Days of Our Lives loves its traumatized kids, but never tells their stories properly. The last time they did was in 2013, when a teenage JJ hit Salem. Before that, Sami and Nicole did things that were objectively terrible, but which the fans understood were manifestations of trauma and didn't hold against them. But now, we've been demonizing Rachel for a long time, and I have this feeling Charlotte is going to follow in her footsteps. Charlotte is a sweet, quiet, trusting kid, and believing that her dad abandoned her will turn her world upside down and shatter her self-esteem. I wouldn't be surprised if a slightly aged Charlotte takes over for Rachel once Rachel is institutionalized, though Thomas is giving her a run for her money. He's become obnoxious, saying that he hates Chad every chance he gets, and being insensitive to his sister's pain. All of this is being caused by Jack and Jennifer, and I don't like that Chad is being turned into a villain through no fault of his own. It doesn't seem he's getting out anytime soon, as Kristen and Tony will first be updating him next Friday, and scenes in the winter preview suggest Theo will also eventually end up in the crypt. News broke recently that Peter Blake is returning to Salem, so he's likely behind this. But so far, I see no point to these kidnappings. They only turn people's lives upside down for no reason. A scene in the spoiler video shows someone lurking around Stephanie's apartment again. I still think this is a setup. We're supposed to think that it's Jeremy who is stalking her, but it's someone else. This seems especially likely because Owen, the character who kidnapped Stephanie a couple of decades ago, is supposed to be returning to Salem soon. I don't know why we need to repeat this story. The only thing I can think of is that it will be Jeremy, not Alex, who rescues Stephanie, kicking off a new love triangle. I mean, I'd prefer we don't go there, but that would at least be semi-interesting. I love a good thriller, but Stephanie downplaying obvious threats from a stalker in her fan mail while the guy lurks around nearby, isn't it? I don't like the way this story is being written at all, and I have a lot of thoughts in an upcoming editorial, so keep your eyes peeled for that. This is the week that Rachel gets sent to Bayview, and Brady closes the door in her face while she begs him not to leave her here. I can barely stand this scene in Days of Our Lives spoiler videos, and I don't know how I'm going to get through it when it airs. It equally angers and triggers me. This is a kid whose worst fear is that she's such a bad person that she's going to get abandoned, and that's what Brady does. And yes, this is supposed to be tough love, but this isn't Rachel having a tantrum. This is a traumatized kid begging to be loved, and her father turning his back on her. Probably because Marlena, or the always invisible Dr. Fuller, said that's what he should do. It doesn't matter that Brady says he loves Rachel. His actions send her the message that his love is conditional, and that will do more harm than good to her already fragile psyche. It makes her even more vulnerable to manipulation, too, and sure enough, Sophia will show up and ask Rachel to keep it secret that she's not catatonic. This kind of manipulation is also the last thing Rachel needs, and I'm dreading this story because it seems like it will be written as Rachel being Sophia's partner in crime rather than her victim.